Hey YouTube, happy October. I'm here this time with my September Bath & Body Works Empties. I did not do one for August just because I was very much so in a transition into my new apartment and transitioning into my new job, and it was just very hectic. And so for that reason, I have a couple items from August, but virtually everything is from September. So if you're interested, please continue watching. The first thing that I finished up was something from September, and like I said, most of these items are actually like September empties. And this first one that I emptied is a foaming soap in Summer State of Mind. It is in Pineapple Punch. The keynotes are pineapple punch, juicy mandarin, pineapple juice, and a lime twist. I thought that this was fine. I like pineapple fragrances from Bath & Body Works. My favorite that has ever been done, well, I guess actually I have two. I have Fresh Pineapple from like back in the day when Bath & Body Works still had their Pleasures line. And I also really liked Salted Pineapple Punch, I think it was called, that came out a few springs ago, maybe in 2016. So I always jump for pineapple fragrances from Bath & Body Works. I thought this was fine, a little bit forgettable, I think. It didn't quite smell exactly like Salted Pineapple Punch to me. There was something a little bit just more like basic about this, but I thought it was fine. So while I'm not going to go out of my way and buy a ton of them, I thought it was fine for what it was worth. The next thing I finished up is something that I started like midway through August and then finished in September, is Sparkling Pear Riesling. The keynotes are Pear, Sparkling Nectarine, and Champagne Essence. I think this one might still be out. Don't quote me on that. But it might still be out for fall because I purchased it like right before I moved to the DC area. I thought that one was fine too. I prefer the Pineapple Punch, but the Sparkling Pear Riesling was fine, I guess, for a kind of one and done thing. I'm kind of picky about wine fragrances from Bath & Body Works, so I decided to pick that one up because I thought it smelled good, and while it did, I'm kind of ready to move on with my life. So I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but I wasn't completely horrified by it. The next thing that I finished up is something that I actually finished up in August. This is my Fine Fragrance Mist in Wild Honeysuckle. Wild Honeysuckle is one of my favorite fragrances from Bath & Body Works. When they do their retired fragrances and bring them back, I usually get one or so. So yeah, that was my last Wild Honeysuckle Fine Fragrance Mist. I used to have 3. So in January or whenever they bring them back again for a semi-annual sale, I'll buy another one. The next thing that I finished up in August is this, well, actually I finished this, yeah, in August, was a shower gel in Tahiti Island Dream. Not one of my favorites, but it is something that I will repurchase like every once in a while. The keynotes are fresh coconut water, sparkling mandarin, kiwi blossom, lush frangipani, and Tahitian island musk. Just a very kind of like basic tropical lush floral type of fragrance. I like it during the summer, but once I've done one of them for about a year, I'm kind of done. The next thing was also finished up in August. This is a sand or an island sand scrub. Let's see if there's a fragrance on it. No, it just says island sand body scrub. I bought it at the SAS and used it up in August. I really liked the grittiness of it. I think that the sand scrubs and the sugar scrubs are my favorite from Bath & Body Works. But while I liked the scrub itself, I don't know if it was the almond in it or what, but I could not stand the smell of it. It just smelled like Play-Doh to me. And when I've heard people in the past say, oh, such and such smells like Play-Doh, I'm like, what? Like, I've never heard of a fragrance smelling like Play-Doh or never experienced it for myself, but I'm telling you, now I understand, and it is not good. Like, it was so sad because I loved, like I said, the grittiness and the coarseness of the scrub, and my boyfriend didn't mind it, but my God, every time I used it, I could not stand the smell of it. So yeah, like I'll try more in the future, but that one was just like, that was a no-go for me. And the last thing that I finished up in August is a totally terrific sheet mask. I bought like 6 of those at the SAS, and that was my last one. I really liked the tea tree oil masks. I would repurchase them. I'm finding after trying sheet masks for the first time, 6 different times, that I much prefer sheet masks over more traditional formulas, I guess, that you get out of a tube and put on your face. I just appreciate that they're cleaner and faster and more convenient. So I will continue to repurchase those. I'm hoping that Bath & Body Works will have the tea tree oil ones again in the future, because I will purchase them at a discount. All right, so the last of this I used up in September. I used up a trio in bourbon, strawberry, and vanilla. So I used up my fine fragrance mist, I used up my shower gel, and also my lotion that I had. I love bourbon, strawberry, and vanilla. It is one of my favorite fragrances to have during the fall. This is not new. It actually came out as a springtime fragrance. The keynotes are bourbon, vanilla, garden strawberry, apricot nectar, pink jasmine, and white oak. Even though it has been marketed as a spring fragrance, I really love it as a transition, like in September when it's still kind of warm, but not like you're gonna die the second you go outside and like combust. Like, that's my favorite time to use that fragrance. Something about it just smells very autumnal to me, and for that reason, even though I'll purchase it in spring, I'm gonna hang on to it until fall. The next thing that I finished up, actually just like yesterday, is a fine fragrance mist in sweet cranberry rose. I'm still working on the lotion, so that will be in my October empties, but I really love sweet cranberry rose. Again, it just is a great fall fragrance for people who don't like spice like me. I'm really happy to have snagged another one. I actually purchased this in Australia and brought it back with me because I just hadn't used it yet. Really happy to have it, and I'm hoping that I can find it just sometime in the future. And the very last things I have are 3 pocket bags. I have one in Juicy Watermelon. I purchased this at the SAS, even though it was still just the 5 for $6 deal. I thought that it was okay. To me, let me move this back. To me, it smelled very much so like artificial candy, which was fine, but when I finished it, I never had a thought of, I really need more of these to move on with my life. Like, I at no point ever thought that. So I think that the Juicy Watermelon was better than, I don't know, some watermelon pocket bag they came out with maybe in early 2017 that just smelled like cheap candy. I mean, yeah, it smelled like candy, but it wasn't as bad, but still I would not repurchase it. The next one I finished up is also from the summer collection in pineapple mango. I had never had pineapple mango not in a candle, so I was kind of excited to try it in a pocket bag. It is the exact same fragrance. It was kind of like odd having a fragrance that I think of as a candle on my hands, but at the same time I kind of enjoyed it too because I like pineapple mango. So it's very much so your artificial kind of like syrupy type fruit, but I liked it and would repurchase it maybe next spring or next summer if they come out with it again. And then the very last thing I finished up is a pocket bag in Boardwalk Vanilla Cone. I recently hauled it and just finished it up. I thought it was fine. I will continue to repurchase Boardwalk Vanilla Cone in items like pocket bags. I have a soap in it too, so it's not my favorite ever, but it's a nice break from like really sugary candy like fragrances. So for what it's worth, I enjoyed it. All right, so that is it for my September Bath & Body Works empties. I will definitely have one for the month of October too, so please make sure that you stick around. And with that, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at YellowBrickExpat, same way it's spelled here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.